Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today we will make a necklace with Smokey Quartz beads. These are Smokey Quartz and these are gemstone beads. I really like the color of the Smokey Quartz a lot. And I have pulled out some coin shaped pearl beads, freshwater pearls. Very nice rounds they are. And then I have also pulled out some around 6-7 millimeter pearl, freshwater pearl, and lobster claw clasp, and some chain. This chain I got it from the International Gem and Jewelry Show. For some reason this chain is pretty popular nowadays. I don't know why. And I'm gonna make a necklace with both of them. So what I'm gonna do here is maybe cut this. I don't think so. I will need one full strand. Normally, if we buy a gemstone strand, it might be 14 to 16 inches in length, and probably not enough for one necklace or so, plus some earrings. So if you are thinking of a single strand necklace, I would suggest go ahead and buy 2 strands. That way you will have some leftover for the bracelet, for the earrings, and you can form a full set. First off, I'm going to take myself a bead stringing wire and probably I don't know, you can use a crimp bead to hide the bead stringing wire. I think that should be a good thing to do, because the thing is, I would take a 19 strand bead stringing wire or a 49, whichever you have available in your stash. I have 19 in the gold, so I'm going to use the 19 in the gold. And you guys all know I like to work with the spool. I don't use that much of a bead stopper per se. I'm not the kind of a person who determines the length of the beads ahead. So in between the Smokey Quartz, you can add probably a spacer bead, I would say, but not a big spacer bead. Maybe little teeny tiny spacer beads. I have these 1 millimeter spacers. I'm not so sure yet, but I just don't want it to be plain is what I'm thinking. So I'm just going to string let me see, these are 1 millimeter not crimps, 1 millimeter metallic spacer beads. I got this from bbcraft.com couple of years back, and I really like this size. It's just like seed bead, but it is more rounded. Seed bead will be a little bit cylindrical, I would say, right? So look at that. I kind of like it. So I'm just going to string a metallic spacer. You can also substitute this as a seed bead. Absolutely not a problem. Actually, it might be better to use seed bead if you don't have the small metallic spacers. They are pretty small. And 19 strand bead stringing wire itself is finding it difficult to go through the gemstone beads, but 49 strands is much appreciated if you have. The flow of the 49 strand is much nicer in my opinion, but 19 strand will work as well. For the bracelet, wherein there is a lot of chance that the wear and tear is more in a bracelet than a necklace. You won't be unless you're playing around with the necklace a lot, which I don't think so. We normally do that. So the wear and tear for a necklace is much less than the wear and tear for the bracelet. So bracelet, if you have a 49 strand, I would always save those wire for the bracelet and use the 19 strand for the necklace. The Smokey Quartz, since this gemstone beads are not uniform, they are oval, pretty random, I would say. Some are pretty flat, some are thick. See this is thicker, this is flat, so one single strand has a mix of all of these, but that's the beauty of gemstone, I guess, than man-made ones, totally man-made ones. I like the organic look including both, but if you want to avoid those, you can avoid those, and then figure out uniform beads, pick up the beads ahead and keep it, and then you can string. But I'm okay with that look, and I really like the metallic seed beads as well. So one side it's going to be the gemstone, the other side it's going to be the chain. I wonder, you guys must have thought why she has a chain wherein she's just stringing with the beads. So that's my plan, and I don't want this necklace to be longer. Probably 18 inch is the max, including the clasp. The clasp is going to come in the front of the necklace, so I'm gonna make a little bit, I mean, at least I will make one more pair of necklace with the same pattern that I'm going forward for. I really like this pattern, and also I have some chain left. I didn't buy a lot of chain. It's fine. It's difficult to put this bead in for some reason. Maybe I should take this off. Yeah, I'll avoid this bead. I'll string some more beads and I will come back. And since it's an 18-inch necklace, I will leave 1 inch for my toggle. If that's the case, I need a 17-inch necklace. It's gonna come in the behind. The clasp is gonna be in the front. So 17-inch will put around, say, 8.5 inches of beaded part, and then 8.5 inches of the chain. So that's what it's going. So I have finished stringing 8.5 inches, almost 9, as you guys can see. It's 8.5 to the T, and I have also cut the chain to that length as well. So this chain is welded completely. There is no like a jump ring. You cannot open this chain. This is completely closed chain. So I just cut one piece just like that. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use that. It's probably a little bit damaged or so, but I think it will not be seen. So I'm just going to add my one another toggle to that link that I opened, and then close them. That way it is seamless, and as if the chain is continuing, that's how it looks. So here this side I will add the toggle, and we need crimp tubes or crimp beads, whichever you have available in your stash. This is a different one. I have this Beadalon size 1 crimp. Okay. Then I have 2 of them, so I'm going to just remove this metallic seed bead, because it's the size of our crimp. I don't want it to be I don't want 2 beads there, so that will disrupt the pattern. I'm just going to go back through the crimp bead. For some reason it's not going through. Let me just cut a little bit and see why it is. There we go. So once you have that, try putting the gemstone in. Try putting the gemstone in both the beads. It doesn't go more than that, so that's okay. That much is fine. So we want a nice motion in between this. You don't want the loop to be more smaller than this, because as you can see that the ring around the toggle clasp is a bit thicker. So I would suggest you not using that very tight. That way this will be not movable and it won't look good as well. I'm using a crimping plier, the second hole of the crimping plier, so it just crimps this way. Then I'm going in with the first hole in the crimping plier in this angle, vertical angle, and this way it will be like a bead on the other side. And we checked the gemstone is going on top of the wire a bit, so that's a good thing. Now that's pretty. You don't even need a crimp cover, I would say. Bring down all of your beads, and over this side I always like to keep the beading wire. When I string beads in the beading wire, I like to keep it in the U form, just because of the fact that it's going to be that way around the neck, and it'll leave some space in the beading wire. We will not be crimping it very tight. I'm just going to cut here about, say, 1.5 inches, and I'm done with my bead stringing wire. I will remove the metallic bead here as well, and then take my crimp bead. You can also use a crimp tube. Oops, there it goes. Okay, here we go. Since this is a closed one, there's absolutely no chance that this is gonna come off. So now let's check, and let's also check if the wire can go through the gemstone as well. Yes, it does. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, you can cut about 2 inches or so. That way there will be enough wire for you to do this. See this? I hold this like this and then pull, and still keep it this way. And this is about, say, right, but I want this to go through the gemstone if it can. No, at this angle it doesn't, but that's okay. So we want the loop to be exactly as big as the one that in the front. So but I do eyeball it. I go ahead and keep this again in U shape form. Go with the second hole in the crimping pliers horizontally, and then go through the first one vertically, and now is the time to snip off this excess wire. So that's good. If you have a short tail, just pinch it and push it inside the gemstone if you can. That way it's nice and neat. So this is our necklace so far. Pretty easy to make, I would say, if you have some chain and some beads. So now I will add the toggle right here. You can actually make this just this way, but I would like to add a pearl over here and a pearl over here. So for that I have some head pins. These are ball head pins. I need two. These are 2-inch ball head pins. I don't know how much gauge these are. I don't remember that, but it doesn't say, I think. Yeah, I remember this is from bbcraft.com. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I'm just letting you guys know. So this is it. If you want, you can add a metallic bead on top of this just to give it a little bit more interest. And I would suggest to take your round nose pliers and put it on top, bend it at 90 degrees, reposition your pliers. I don't want the loop to be very small. I want it decently big because our toggle clasp needs to accommodate that. A toggle part. I'm going to remove this and then I'm going to add the toggle part to this. And see that? Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Now we can go ahead and keep your pliers there just like that. Hold on to everything, and I would like to use my tweezers and nose pliers to wrap this nice and neat. Okay, I don't want a lot of wraps, so 2 is good enough. And I'm just going to, 2 is not good enough because I can still see the space, so I just did a little bit half more. There we go, and then I snip it off there. And run your fingers around. If you can see a little bit, go ahead and use your pliers to just tuck that short tail in. So that's that. I like it that way. And for this, the third link, so if you do this, okay, the third link or so, I'm just gonna put my dangle here. Again, I'm not going to add. You can add a metallic spacer bead on top of this as well, just to make it uniform or so. Okay, hold this, bend the wire to 90 degrees, reposition, and make like a question mark. This loop doesn't have to be that big because it's just going to go inside the chain. So when you do this, this is where I want the dangle to be, and you can also wrap it with your fingers or with your pliers. Such an easy necklace, but an amazing style. And if you use high-end materials like freshwater pearls and gemstones, it's really a truly unique but a worth gift that you can give this Christmas or any holidays to your friends and family. I really like the way this turned out to be. I hope you guys like it too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.